Hello, I am very happy that I have a new iPad. It's beautiful and I love it, and apparently the video recording is better than what I've been using, so I thought I would just make a quick little video and check that out. Hello. I've just had a fantastic day. It's 5 o'clock. I still have bedhead, which is usually the sign of a really fantastic day, and today we had a Creative Dream Holy Day in the Creative Dream Circle where we got together and made treasure maps, and it was awesome. So really, really awesome. This morning I was so stressed out. I wrote on my blog yesterday about how blocked I'd been, and I was just so stressed out and frustrated. And when I'm really blocked, I actually, like, my muscles tense up, so it's like physical pain and emotional pain all together, so it's really not fun. And even though I worked through it and I got some ideas and started working again, when I'm in that place, it usually takes a while of moving back and forth between blocked, unblocked, blocked, unblocked, blocked, unblocked before I actually really get out of it. So this morning wasn't as bad. I was just feeling really nervous just because it was something that really new that we're doing in the circle. We hadn't done that kind of treasure mapping before as a part of the Holy Day. So the purpose of the Holy Day is to commune with your dream, like heart to heart and soul to soul, and it's mostly a healing using creativity and imagination and play. So this is a really cool thing. I'm so in love with the format that I've developed over time. Today is actually the 1 year anniversary of doing these holy days, so I'm just like crazy grateful about that, about how I get to do this as my livelihood, which is crazy amazing. I'm so grateful for that, not only because I get to share this work with all these like amazing people from all around the world, but I get to be more committed to doing it for myself. It's sad but true. It's hard to commit to a regular playing with your dream, playing with creativity, playing with imagination. I know that these are the things that create change. These are the things that help you become aligned with your truth, with your purpose, with your soul. These things are important, and yet it can be hard to make time to be really committed to doing them. So I'm just really grateful for where I am right now, that it's just such a big part of my life that I'm always doing it. And I thought I would share a little bit about what we did today, because it was really cool. We did treasure maps. The sort of format is that we have 3 hours of creative play, and we're like on the phone, and then you have playbooks. You go and play on your own, and then you come back on the phone, and then back on your own, and back on the phone, and sort of back and forth, so that there's lots of support, right? I sort of coach people through things. We do more like kind of energy alchemy together on the phone, kind of diving more into whatever's stuck and transform it. And of course, you probably know, if you've been in any kind of circle or group like that, when you're doing healing work with one person as a part of a circle, it impacts everyone, right? That there's a ripple of healing, which is really beautiful. So today we made treasure maps. I have a brand new giant Moleskine here, that I'm gonna be treasure mapping in, and here it is. So the first part, and I kind of do like the drawings and notes for my own process, as well as notes about everyone else's process. So when I'm talking to someone on the phone, I write down their name, whoever I'm talking to, but also like what their dream was, or just sort of basic things about what's going on for them. It helps. I'm more grounded when I'm writing things down, so that's why I do that. So that's why I end up with notes from other people's processes kind of mixed in with mine, which I really like. I love that we're all doing this together. So we started with just meeting our dream, and you probably can't see the stuff that's in pencil, but that first part is just like getting at what's going on in the relationship between you and your dream. And then when we start treasure mapping, what's really neat is that this is where I started. So when I started, this was just a circle, and I was writing about where I was. Remember, I was really kind of stressed out this morning. I was drinking Rescue Remedy before the call. I was just like, I showed a picture. I went to the park to meditate because I was needing more support for like getting into the zone and feeling ready to facilitate this event. And when I started writing about where I was writing about like it feels hard, it feels uncomfortable, it feels tight, it feels like things aren't moving, it feels stuck. And it was really, it was not feeling great, right? So that was what I wrote there. And then when I went to my dream, with the dream on the map, and the dream, the qualities there are like momentum, pattern, rhythm, movement, acceleration. It was all this like very moving, right? And the energy where I was very still and quiet. So from start, we're just noticing the difference in the energy between where you are and then where you want to be. And then as we did the second part, which is intuitive creative journaling with your map, which was awesome. Then this turned into this. I painted over what I had written about feeling uncomfortable and tight, because I stopped feeling uncomfortable and tight. I started feeling more like an incubator. And I started remembering that now is important. It's important to be here too. Like, this quiet, still part of the journey is important. And more importantly, I love where I am. And it totally shifted. It was such a huge healing for me, and to go from being kind of like stressed out and frustrated that things are slow to remembering that this is the incubation part. This is where the seed sprouts. And of course that's painful. The seed splits in half and something comes out of it. Like, that's going to cause some pain, but it's also really beautiful. And it's also necessary for growth. So I just had a complete switch, and I just felt so totally heart connected to my dream. And just like, I love you, dream. I love where I am. I love where I'm going. I love the path. I love everything about this. And it just shifted all of my energy, right? And then with that kind of shift, now I feel full of trust. And so that's when on the dream part, I wrote, there is no doubt that I will get here. Because it's true, of course I will get there. I have, every dream I've ever had, I've gotten there, right? Except for the ones that that are in process now. As long as you stay in the process, you get there. There's no question about that. And at this point in my journey, there's no question about my dedication to staying in the process. So, obviously. Even though I forget that, like this morning when I was stressed out and wishing things were moving faster. Now I'm remembering things move at the rate that they move at. And I'm at the part that I'm at, and I can love every second of it. So I'm really grateful. I'm so grateful for the magic of just connecting with like-minded people and doing this kind of play every month. It's been totally life-changing for me. Like, a year ago, things were already really good for me, but so much better now. The support, that monthly regular support for me has just been so amazingly helpful. I'm so grateful for my circle members for being there with me on this adventure, for exploring this stuff with me. They're so brave, so courageous, so imaginative and intuitive. They always bring something really interesting and new. And that's what's really cool, is that as long as you're on the path to your dream, there's always interesting and cool things. There's always new, interesting, cool things to discover and to learn and to experience. It's like you never just like get there and stop. There's always like more, right? Because your dream isn't about making some specific thing real. It's about living more in tune with who you really are and being more true to yourself. And that's a continual process. There's always more to learn and to do. And it's so exciting. So I am very grateful for the people who journey on with me on this path. That makes it so much easier and so much more fun. The thing that I am most in process with right now, that seed that is sprouting, that I'm frustrated that it isn't growing faster, that is the Dreamtastic Creative Journals. That's the new e-course I'm working on. It's going to be available for free on my website. It's going to be 2 parts. One part where you're getting a bunch of tools and information about the sort of helping you get started. And then the second part is an ongoing thing that'll happen on my blog that is about cultivating your practice. Because, I mean, when I kind of just like, I don't have words for how happy I am right now with sort of being in that commitment of a regular creative play, intuitive practice. It changes things in ways that you cannot imagine, and I am just so deeply grateful for that, and I want to share that with more people. So that's the aim of this course, is to support you in creating that kind of practice for yourself in whatever way works for you. I really wanted to share it with you this week. That's not going to happen, as I'm still in the little seedling stage with it, but as soon as I have something that I'm ready to share, I will share it, and I'm really looking forward to that. So hopefully I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.